What's up, peeps? So here I am. I went and I called up my doctor and I said, look, I want my medication in the CVS in my neck of the woods. I don't feel like driving out 30 minutes. Let me turn off this fan. I don't feel like driving out 30 minutes to go out to where I used to live. And now I'm over here in Atlanta, to go get medication. He said, bet. I'm gonna just, send it over there and just let me know you want it. I said, cool. Why I was so reluctant? Because the first time I moved here was in March, and I called them up, and either I called them up or I went, and they were telling me that they didn't have it, or they ran out of some craziness, like a bunch of people with ADHD just made like a CVS run and just like robbed the shelves of Vyvanse or something. Told me they didn't have it, so I said, all right, fine, whatever. I've never had that problem where I used to live, where it was less brown. Let's just say that, but that's just the way it was. So I was very afraid to do it, and coupled with the story that my wife had told me. She said she didn't like the vibe when she went. I said, yeah, me either. But she was saying that they ran out of her medication. So I'm like, all right, well, that's 2 strikes. And I called them up today again. I just wanted to test them and see what they were going to say. So I said, when he answered the phone after the second time, because I called and I was on hold for about 5 minutes, so I called back again. And after about 4 minutes, somebody picked up. And this girl said that when I asked about the Vyvanse, if it was available, asked if it was available, she said, well, I wouldn't know if it's available. You'd have to have a prescription. I don't know if it's available. I don't know if it's available until you have a prescription. You come in with one. So I was like, oh, okay, which made no sense. So I guess she was saying that, until you have a prescription, the Vyvanse won't automatically, until you have a prescription, the Vyvanse won't automatically show up on the shelves. But before then you won't see it, but you got to walk in with that prescription to have your doctor call, and then magically they'll appear. So I said, okay, I didn't want to argue with her. The logic made 0 sense to me, but whatever. What didn't make sense to me either is that they didn't seem to have medication the times that I went and my wife went. So whatever. But that's that. So what I wanted to do moving forward, or at some point, I did this before, y'all don't know because I never uploaded it. I have a friend of mine who's white, like me, he's a Christian like me, go to the same church and everything, and found out that he takes medication as well for mental health. I said, cool, man, how is that? I wanted to know from your perspective. I said to him, because growing up, I didn't experience that kind, respect for my mental well-being. It was just me being bad. If I was running around and I was jumping all over everything, not paying attention to stuff, and I did not pay attention, that was just me being bad. And mental health, nah, you don't give any black kids ADHD medication or ADD medication. You beat it out of them. You beat that spirit out of them, especially if you're in the church. That's just the way things were. And I'm sure some of you can understand that. Growing up in a black neighborhood, there was no, man, I'm stressed, so mom gotta understand, I need a timeout. She needs to get out of my face and leave me alone, mom. I wouldn't speak to my mother like that. I couldn't. She would slap the brown off of me into the future. It just did not work. It would never work. And I wouldn't even think that it would work. It would not be the thing that would ever enter my mind. But, his experience was very different. Being able to express these things, and I don't, stand for disrespect. I don't think it's cool. You should respect your parents and all that. But at the same time, being brown, black, growing up in my neighborhood, I knew nobody that was crazy. No, weren't crazy or did you say crazy? Something was going on with you. Oh, you just crazy, but not medically so, but not like where you need medication, but you just crazy, like in a funny kind of weird kind of way. And people were like, probably, now that I know what I know, schizophrenic, bipolar, depressed, ADHD, ADD, all kind of issues, but no one ever spoke about it. People spoke about the issues that were from the neck down. Anything going up was like, you don't talk about those things. That's for the crazy white people. We don't take no medication because black people don't have mental health issues. Come on, get away from me with that. It's kind of how it was, and my mom being Caribbean, and growing up with that, you had, all kind of bush and all kind of potions and lotions and everything else for everything under the sun with your body. But if you were bad in school because you couldn't pay attention, we're going to beat it out to you. That's how it worked, So that's the kind of household I grew up in. And I couldn't just sit there and just tell my moms, oh, I need a timeout because, it was a hard day. And she would not say to me, well, I understand, son. It's rough. I understand. It's, you're just getting used to the neighborhood. We just moved and, the school year and the demands on you. I get it. I understand. You just go to your room and just take the chill pill. Never happened. It didn't work. There was no timeout. There was the times that I got my behind busted, and that was about it, okay? I stole stuff when I was a kid. Sometimes I wanted attention for different things. And my dad, he wasn't around, whatever. So he was doing his own thing, making my brothers and sisters. I got about 11 of them. But there was no counseling. I can remember like on one finger, my mom talked to me and spoke to me about my feelings and how, like, what's going on with you in school? And I told her, she mentioned to me, is it your grandmother? Because I didn't get along with my grandmother. I was like, well, yeah, I'm looking for a scapegoat, because I know if I said some nonsense about, well, I feel, that would have been the end of that. You won't feel nothing. You're a kid. You're not supposed to be depressed or have nothing wrong with you or, suffer any mental health issues. When we spoke about it, like, I remember the times in the past, I would say, yeah, this kid said, they said the kid was depressed. Like, I read something in the news or whatever, and depressed. The child is 8 years old. What they got to be depressed about? How should be depression? A full-time job, being a single mother, man, going through all of this stuff. And all right, well, there goes that. Just didn't speak about these things. But my boy, he was telling me his experience is different. So when it comes to that whole black and white thing, I want to have him on here. I had him on here once, but actually I didn't upload the video, like I said. But I want to have him on here, and I'd like to start a podcast probably, and just talk about these things. Just have different people from different cultural backgrounds like mine, and backgrounds, and be able to share and exchange ideas, and just to help people, so I can get a perspective, you guys can get a perspective. We can all gather something. So that's that. Anyway, peeps, you guys be blessed. Have a good day. I gotta get ready to dip because I gotta go to work in a bit, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.